Hello, my viewer. I really hope that you're well. But in case you're not, you have a comment section or in my bio, this channel, you can find my number because I'm a counseling psychologist and I might help you maneuver maybe some of the crises that you are experiencing in your life. Now, the reason why I've uploaded this video is because I want to share with you some personal principles that I have applied in my life and they have worked for me 100%. And these principles relates to how you can be able to have peace after a breakup or after a certain relationship has ended. Let me use those words. Because if there's something that I know for sure is challenging for most people is actually to move forward with their lives after they have walked out of a broken relationship. I'm not talking about death, where it could be death, but mostly I'm talking about when you are in a relationship and the relationship you guys decided or realized you two are not working out, and so you decided to quit the relationship, and so that's what you guys call a heartbreak. So most people usually find it so hard to overcome a heartbreak. But right now, I have applied the 5 principles that I'm going to share with you. Today, as I speak, I am married with a son. I'm married and I have a son. And to date, believe you me, I'm still in contact with the ladies I was in relationships before. I was in 3 other relationships before I got married. And to date, I'm still in contact with them. I have their contact. Sometimes once in a while we will say hi. If I meet them anywhere in the streets, we will say hi. I'll be happy for them. They are happy for me, for everything that is happening in my life and what is happening in their lives. And this is true. So those who know me, you know that most of the times now and then I usually send quotes. I usually send links to videos and other messages concerning mental health and an individual's well-being, and they receive those messages. And I'm going to share with you how I have been able to maneuver heartbreaks, how I've been able to, in the past, how I've been able to leave a relationship, or after the relationship has ended, I've been able to move on with my life. I'm at peace and happy with my life. And none of those girls or ladies I was in a relationship with tunaweza patana kwa streets alafu nianze kumuhepa. No, I'll see them from a distance and I'll be longing to say hi to them, to know how they are doing, and I'll be happy for them, they'll be happy for me. Here are the principles. Number 1, the reason why most people find it challenging to move forward with their lives after a breakup is because most people cannot be able to accept the fact that someone else out there is going to enjoy the privileges they were enjoying being with that person they have just lost. Most people usually say that I cannot imagine, and especially men, that I cannot imagine that someone else, another guy out there, is going to enjoy the beauty of the lady I've just lost. I cannot enjoy that another guy out there is going to enjoy the sex I was enjoying with that lady, the cooking I was enjoying. Ladies say the same. I cannot imagine that another woman out there is going to enjoy having such a handsome man in her life. having such wonderful sex that I was having with that guy. That is, if in your relationship you are having sex. Well, for all the 3 relationships I had in the past, never did it. So most people cannot picture the fact that someone else is going to enjoy the comfort, the company, you know, the love, the compassion, and everything else that they were receiving when they were with that person. So you cannot imagine that you are going to lose that. And let me tell you something. That is usually the foundation of hating other people. So you meet somebody out there who is with your ex and you hate that person. So why do you hate them? And most people think that if I do not love someone, then the opposite of love is hate. If I don't love you, then I hate you. If we are no longer lovers, then we are enemies. If we are not friends, we are enemies. If we are not lovers, then we are haters. But it doesn't have to be this or that. It can be this and that. You know, you no longer love this person, but that does not mean that you hate them. This person is no longer your friend, but that does not mean that automatically this person is your enemy. That person can just be there. You don't love them romantically the way you used to. You don't feel how you used to feel towards them. But on the other hand, you don't hate them. You see, it's on a neutral ground. So you need to accept the fact that someone else out there is going to enjoy what you are enjoying, and that is okay. That is perfectly okay. And that's why we usually tell people it is very important that you cherish the moment with someone while they're still in your life. Because you never know when you are going to lose this person. You never know when you are going to lose the privileges. You never know when you are going to not receive the love you have not been receiving from this person. So be in good terms with the idea that someone out there is going to enjoy what you have been enjoying for the time you have been with that person. Number 2, you know, most people in life, and generally in life, they usually focus too much on what they do not want instead of focusing on what they want. So in relationships, you want to focus so much on forgetting the experiences that you had with this person. You want to focus so much on forgetting this person, you know. And that's usually the focus of most people. I want to forget her. I want to forget the good times we shared. Why do you want to forget the good times you shared? Were they not good times? So the fact that this person has left, so does that automatically make the good times you shared bad times? So does that automatically make the good memories you shared bad memories? So if you shared good times, so the absence of that person, why does it make it bad times? It shouldn't. Because if those times were good times, then they should always be good times. You should always smile to those good times. If those times were genuine, if the times and the moments you shared were truly genuine, then you should always feel good about those moments. If you were true to self, when you are sharing those moments, they should always be good moments. So you should not be trying to forget them if in real sense and in truth you are true to self. You meant those moments. You meant it when you did it. You meant it when you said it. You loved your all, you know. So you shouldn't have to forget those moments because they were your truest self. So the reason why you are trying to forget is because you faked it. And now because it is no longer real in physical reality, then also in your imagination, you want to forget it. So stop focusing on what you want to lose and start focusing on what you want to gain. Stop focusing on what you don't want to have Start focusing on what you want to have. Yeah? I hope that really makes sense. So instead of focusing on losing her, focus on what you have gained. Instead of focusing on forgetting her or forgetting him, start focusing on what you want to remember, what you want to cherish forever. If there's nothing to cherish forever, then it was not true. It was faked. You were not your real self. Then it was not real. Because what is real should always be real, should always be feel good. So you need to do that. So now the third thing, I don't want to dwell much on each point because I want to give you the 5 points. So the third point that I want you to focus on is also, don't always have the victim mentality. Because in most relationships, when the relationships break, most people are like, I am the one whose heart was broken. Yeah, I'm the victim here. Ni mimi niliachwa. So she is the one who left me. So always try to ask yourself, what is that one thing that I could have done to contribute to the relationship breaking? Because you are not an angel. You can't tell me that you did absolutely nothing to contribute to the breakup. Even if it was allowing the other person to take advantage of you, to take advantage of your naivety, to take advantage or to even control you, even if it was as small as that you allowed the other person to take advantage of you, you allowed the other person to manipulate you, to take the best part of you, you still played part in breaking that relationship. For example, if the relationship broke because the other person was always a drunkard, so why did you allow yourself to live with a drunkard? You played part. Because the relationship should have ended the day in your dating you realize that this person was a drunkard. But that moment when that person told you, I drink, but, need a tu kidogo, so you started hoping that this person is going to change somewhere along the way. So you contributed in that way by giving yourself the benefit of doubt that this person in the future is going to change. You contributed to that. So ask yourself, am I really a victim? Could it be that in one way or another, I also contributed to the relationship breaking? The third point, you are unable to detach from the other person. You cannot detach, The reason why you cannot detach is because you are over-dependent on that person. I'm not talking about the material part of it. I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about finances or physical things. No, I'm even talking about emotions. You are emotionally over-dependent to the other person. You depended so much on the other person to validate you, for validation. You depended so much, you are so much dependent on the other person to feel loved. You are so much dependent on the other person to feel cared for. And now that they are gone, you no longer feel loved, you no longer feel appreciated, you no longer feel like you are a complete human being. So now you find it hard to detach from them. Because if you are complete, if you are not dependent on them to feel loved, then when they leave, you have no problem with that because you know you are loved. Yeah? So if you are not dependent on them for you to feel appreciated, you always appreciated yourself, then when they leave, it's not a big deal because you know you're still amazing. So you are complete. And that is why I always tell people, before you get into a relationship, make sure that you are complete. You don't depend on someone else to feel loved. You don't depend on someone else for a living. You are not dependent on someone else to feel that you are beautiful, you are handsome. You are not dependent on anyone else for anything. You are self-sufficient in matters completeness. You are a whole. You are not a half looking for another half to be complete. You are already complete. So when you are already the sunshine in your life, when when someone else comes in with their sunshine, they are going to add into your sunshine. But if you are empty and the other person comes and fills you, when they leave, you are going to feel empty, and that is going to really be challenging for you to detach from that person. But if you are a whole, even before someone else comes into your life, then when they leave, it's not a big deal for you. You continue, you move on with your life. All right? So you're not dependent on anything. And so the other thing is that you are over dependent, hence the reason why it is so hard for you to detach from that person. The other thing about that, before I go to the last point, is that most people will always say that I don't want to hurt the other person. You know, I loved that person, so I feel like walking away from them, I will hurt them. The question is, do you understand by choosing not to hurt the other person, you are actually hurting yourself? By choosing to fake it, not to hurt the other person, you are hurting yourself by faking it, by not being the authentic self, by not being the real self. All right? So you need to understand that when the relationship is not working, stop focusing on the other person. Focus on you. Are you happy in this relationship? Not whether the other person is happy or not. Because your goal should not be making the other person happy. It should be making you happy. Are you happy? Because if you are happy, you'll have enough to share with the other person. You'll have enough to pour to the other person. You'll have enough to make the other person happy. So the question is, am I happy? If you are not happy, if you are not fulfilled, if you are not excited, if you are not feeling complete in that relationship, then by complete I mean you're not being happy, then you should not be in that relationship. Stop focusing on not hurting the other person. Because when you are so much focused on hurting the other person, you end up hurting yourself in return. The last point. You know what you want to do. You know what is best for you. But you let fear come in and you are not able to make that decision. So you know this person is not the right person for you. You know this person is toxic for you. You know this relationship is not going anywhere. But you are still holding on. You are still trying to fight for something that you know for sure, based on the past experiences, based on the trend that you followed to get where you are, you know for sure this relationship is not going to work. But somehow, because you are afraid of making that difficult choice or that difficult decision of moving on with your life, then you allow fear to hold you back. So no matter how beautiful, and this is a quote that some of you I know you have interacted with, that no matter how beautiful the view is, you need to cross that window that hurts you. You know this person is amazing, but they still hurt you in one way or another. So you need to cross the window. Even if the view is amazing, you're hurting, cross the window. So don't be in a state of hopelessness. And a state of hopelessness comes in where you believe that you cannot exist without the other person. You feel that, if the other person left you, you are a nobody. You are not complete. You cannot exist without the other person. So that comes in now where I talked about being over dependent. So you need to exist without anybody else, to be complete, to be whole by yourself. So the other thing, there are people who usually say, as I conclude, I felt so strong. The love was so strong. How comes it was wrong? Oh yeah, you can feel so strongly, but it can still be wrong. Look at those people who kill others with a strong belief that they are doing it for good. They are doing it, for their God. It's a sacrifice, but I have to kill you. That does, feeling so strong about something doesn't make it right. The fact that you felt such a strong emotion does not mean that that thing was meant to last forever. You can still feel so strong and still that thing not be right for you for the rest of your life. Because we say that feelings are not facts. No matter how strong the feeling is, it can still be a lie. It can still be something that is emanating or emerging from your beliefs, from your values which are as a result of your programming, mental programming, you know. So stop trying to fight for something which you already know is a losing battle. Stop saying, I'm still trying to hold on. I'm still hoping that she'll come back. Let me just wait a little bit. And as a change mind. Even the guy who akona yeye at the moment, I don't feel they are going to stay for that long in that relationship. So I think she will realize that that guy is a mess, and she is going to come back to me. Let me just wait around, let me just hold on a little bit, and she might or he might think of coming back to me. It's not happening, because we always say that what is meant for you is there in your life, and what has left was not meant for you. What is already for you is already in your life. And what is, if the relationship is not working for you, it is actually working for you. If the relationship is not working for you, it is working to your benefit. You have to trust that. You have to believe that. And you have also to believe that by that relationship breaking, it is for your own good. It is happening for you, not against you. It is going to work for you. So stop holding on to something that you know is not working. Yeah? And that is how I have been able to maneuver. I have been able to even maintain contact with people I have been in relationship in the past with. Because I don't hate them. Why should I hate them? I loved them genuinely. My love was pure, was genuine. I was not faking it. I was not trying to get into their pants. I was not trying to use them. I meant every word. I meant every action. I was true. So I cherish everything that I did with them. And even today we meet, and I'm happy for them. Because true love, real true love is when you want someone to experience the best life, even if it is not with you. You want the best for that person, even if it is with someone else. You want that person you love that person so much, you love that person so much, such that all you want is for them to be happy, even if it is not with you. Even if it is not, the happiness or the joy is not coming from you. You want them to, that is true love. You want the best for the other person, even if it is not with you. They are not getting it from you. So you can try to use those principles, and I hope they can work for you, because they have worked for me. And it's true that, even those ladies that, I was in a relationship with, I know they are going to receive this link, and I really hope they can comment in the comment section and say, yes, I was one of those guys, if they feel free to do that. And I will confirm that, yeah, this is one of them. And you don't have to hate somebody simply because they are not in your life anymore. You don't have to hate them. We are one. We are the same. We are the same being. Behind the physical being, there's the spiritual being that we should always focus more on. All right? So use those principles, and I believe that they are going to help you to move past hatred, to move past that heartbreak. You're going to be able to live a life where you're not stuck in one position simply because somebody has left your life, or somebody is no longer part of your everyday thought or everyday activity, or they are not in your life actively. All right? So thank you so much for sticking around. Subscribe to my channel, share this video with others, and they will get the information that you've gotten. And let us continue changing the world through loving others with honesty and truly. All right? I hope that makes sense. Thank you so much. I'll see you around.